friends, welcome back for my favorite time of the year. It is time once again for Bisexual Awareness Week. I am so happy that you are here. So in honor of Bi Week, we're going to go through some of the most common myths about bisexuality that are out there. There are a lot of stereotypes and stigmas around bisexuality that a lot of bi folks are sort of always working to debunk to get the truth out there about who we are and why we exist and what we do in the world. So we're going to talk about what the myths are and what the facts are. Myth: bisexuals are only interested in men and women. Fact: there is no actual definition of what genders bisexuals are supposed to be attracted to. The only rule about bisexuality, if you want to call it a rule, is that there is generally interest in more than one gender. Myth: bisexuality upholds the gender binary, which is the idea that there are only two genders, that those genders are male and female, and that everything has to fit neatly into one of those two genders in order to be valid. Fact: there's a lot of debate about this, particularly because of the prefix bi in the word bisexuality. The bi in bisexuality does not inherently have to refer to male and female. Bi means two. For some people, that means exactly two genders, like we just talked about. That's fine. For other people, this is my definition, the two in bi means this one category of genders like mine, and this other category of genders not like mine. There's still two groups, one group, but it encompasses a lot more genders than just male and female. So the one over here, this is the women group because that's how I identify, and then over here it's like pretty much everybody else. So no, bisexuality does not uphold the gender binary, and in fact there are a lot of bi people who don't identify within the gender binary, who identify as non-binary or agender or something else, and who live their lives as bi and as outside of the gender binary. So if you say from the outside like, oh, bisexuality means you believe in the binary, then that's really deeply hurtful. Myth: all bisexuals are polyamorous. Fact: some bisexuals are polyamorous, some straight people are polyamorous, some gay people and lesbians are polyamorous, some people are polyamorous, and a lot of people are not polyamorous. Nothing to do with being bi. Myth: bisexuals are more likely to cheat on you. Fact: biphobia is real. It's really that simple though, right? The fact behind that is that people think that because there is an attraction to more than one gender, there is a need to always be with more than one gender at a time, and that comes through as cheating in a relationship. People of all sexual orientations cheat on their partners. Like, that's just how it is. Every single sexual orientation out there, there's at least one representative that has cheated in a relationship. It's not a bi thing, it's an everyone thing. Myth: you can only be bisexual if you are out to everyone as bisexual. Fact: you are whatever you are, regardless of who knows it. Myth: you can only be bisexual if you're cisgender. Trans people and other people have to pick another word entirely. Fact: sexual orientation and gender identity are different things. Anybody can be bisexual. It's a matter of attraction, not who you are in your gender. Myth: bisexuals have a responsibility to call out biphobia and injustice against bisexuals whenever they see it out in the world, and to be loud and proud advocates for the bi cause everywhere they go. Fact: nobody has an obligation to do anything they don't want to do. Nobody should be required to take on the burden of proving their existence to a population that won't listen. That's just not how it works. If bi folks want to do that, that's great. If allies to bi people want to do that and they're working with bi people to be supporting and not leading the charge, that's cool too. But it's not a requirement. Not everybody wants to be on the front lines, and not everybody emotionally or physically or mentally can be on the front lines. It's taxing to constantly be asserting your existence over and over and over again. So the short version of that fact is no, bisexuals are not required to be your bisexual spokespeople all the time. Bi people are just like everybody else. We just want to go to work and come home and watch Netflix and go to sleep at 10. Myth: bisexuality is a phase. Fact: no, it's not. Just like any other sexual orientation, bisexuality is not a choice, it's just what you feel. And you know what? For some people, maybe they identify as bi for a while and then later they identify as something else. Maybe they identify as something else for a while and then later identify as bi. That doesn't mean the thing that came before was a phase. It just means that something changed. It doesn't mean that the one before wasn't actually true. Identity can change, orientation can change, attraction can change, preferences can change. We are fluid. We are all fluid people just trying to make our way through the world. Just be okay with that. Myth: all bisexuals are attracted equally to whatever genders they are into. Fact. For some people, it's a 50-50 split. For some people, it's almost all one gender and a little bit of another or a little bit of some others. For some people, it's different every day. I mostly like ladies, but that doesn't mean that my other attractions are completely gone ever. They're just sort of hanging out over there, even though this is the one that takes up the majority of my life. That's fine. That doesn't make me not bisexual. It doesn't make me less bisexual than somebody else. You don't have to be a 50-50 split to be bi. You just have to know that they're all present in some way. Myth. Bisexuality is just something that women do at bars to turn guys on. Fact. No, it's not. That's gross. Women can do whatever they want, and the male gaze sucks. I haven't said the male gaze before in a video, I don't think. Myth. There's no such thing as biphobia, just homophobia that bi people experience. Fact. Biphobia does exist, and it exists in the straight community and the gay community. Everything that we just went over about bi people cheating or doing this or doing that, that's all rolled into this whole big stigma that a lot of bi people carry around for their entire lives, really, and that some people really buy into, and it is especially terrible when it comes from fellow LGBT people who just have that biphobia somewhere in them. I've experienced it plenty of times. A lot of bi people have. It's not fun, and it's very real. It's not just homophobia. Myth. Bisexuals are no longer bi if they enter a monogamous relationship because it means they've chosen one gender and so they are sticking to that one, and they must be either gay or straight depending on that person. Fact. That's not actually how it works. Identity is not based around who you are with in that moment. It's a reflection of your general scope of possible attractions in the world. You can still be interested in other things even if you are not involved with them in that exact moment. Myth. There is only one right way to be bisexual. You have to be... See, I can't even finish that one because it is just so patently false. Fact. You can be bisexual in whatever way feels right to you. Live your life in a way that keeps you safe and happy and healthy, and be bi in your own way, and that is what matters. Don't let anybody else tell you that you're doing it wrong or right because of some little behavior in your life that is none of their business. Those are the basics of the myths about bisexuality that you hear most often, but there are so many more out there that I didn't get to. If you want to talk about more of them, please leave them in the comments and we can discuss them further whenever you like. Have a wonderful Bisexual Awareness Week. I hope that you are aware of the bisexuality around you, and that if you're bi, then people are aware of you this week. But also, much more than that, right? I'm just making a pun about the awareness part of the week. So that's all. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you. I am so grateful that you are here, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye. Myth. You can only be bisexual if you are out as bisexual. False. Fact. I keep saying false.